After the Christmas dinner incident, Tony decided to quit his construction course and join a cookery evening class run by the legendary Keith Lloyd.
I was running a course in the Putney Bridge area on a Tuesday evening. I couldn't do it full time because I had 3 restaurants at the time. I think Anthony was one of life's true enigmas, and I don't mean that in a good way either. I mean, he used far too much warm water in his recipes. He liked to throw away the rule book and didn't listen to a word I had to say. I might as well not have been there at all.
I found that I had a passion for cooking as well as eating. It was fun. And I liked using a lot of warm water in my recipes, pouring it in all over the chicken and letting it store in the water for several hours. Chuck a few onions on and some peppercorns. Cooking isn't difficult, really. I was hooked on food, and I wanted to get a job being in a restaurant every day.
I first met Anthony when he came bursting into the room at Keith Floyd's restaurant in Putney in London in 1978. He was mad, he was desperate for a job, but Keith stood fast and told him, "No way are you having a job in this restaurant. We have standards, don't you know, young boy?" But in the end, he did give him a job because he just happened to be short-staffed. Oh, he was rubbish. Absolutely awful.
As well as working in Keith Floyd's place in 78, that was the year I opened my first sandwich deli, where we were mainly selling turkey sandwiches.
I remember saying to myself, this guy's crazy. He's just bought himself a deli and he's only selling turkey sandwiches in it.
Deli years to me were probably my glory years, to be honest. I had plenty of money coming in. I could afford to splash out. I ended up going to nightclubs, and that's where I met my future wife. Sandra was blonde, beautiful, and a cracking DJ to boot. So I just knew then and there that I had the front of house for my bagel shop, which I opened on Brick Lane in 1983. And more to the point, she absolutely loved food, and particularly salmon and cheese rolls. The salmon rolls that we used to sell, they looked like smoked salmon, but they weren't. They were just raw salmon in a roll. Basically, if you like the taste of smoke, all I say is go and have a cigarette. What's the point of having a smoked bit of fish in a bat? There's no point at all. So Sandra now basically is the front of house of my bagel shop, but she's also continuing with her DJing on the side, which is nice for her, because she gets to do what she loves and I get to do what I love, eating.
Of course, with the deli up and running, he couldn't commit himself to my restaurant, and he couldn't give me enough time. His recipes were questionable anyway, to be honest with you. I never really tried any of them because they looked awful. But the deli went on for a few years, I believe. Maybe another 4 or 5 years until, well, he moved on to bigger and better things.
Welcome to Wozza's Dad with me, Tony Wozza Thompson. Now today we're gonna be cooking some scrubby, lovely grubby.
Suddenly, he's on the telly.
Tony on the telly?
Couldn't believe my eyes. He was on the television cooking.
We couldn't believe what we were seeing, really. The week before, he'd made me a muesli sandwich. What next? Monkeys doing the weather? Or something like that?
Ainsley phoned me and he said, "Turn BBC Two on, Hugh. Turn BBC Two on." So I ran over to the telly and there he was, his ugly little mug.
Here's something I prepared a little bit earlier on.
Christmas special, sugar-coated, sweet and savoury, minced beef pie. What do you think of that?
I can honestly say that I was inspired there and then to become a celebrity chef. A good celebrity chef.
not a bad one like Anthony. Tony completely misunderstood the concept of being a TV chef. Tony got off on the wrong foot entirely. He just forced everybody to cook his own bloody dishes. And... awful meals, terrible gas.